In the description under each video there is a link to the LGBT dating Telegram channel. Subscribe and find your other half in life.
Pav Alexa. I waited for Lauren for hours in front of that place. And it seemed that she was very busy because so far she hadn't shown up. Imperium, which was the name of that club, was frequented by Miami's elite, imported cars, high society people entered and exited frequently. She must be hooking up with some whore in there, I seethed furiously. I was attentive to everyone who left through that door. I was already tired of waiting, but I wouldn't give up until I found out the reason why Lauren was there. She wasn't the kind of woman who went out at night looking for fun. When I thought of Lauren, the first thing that came to mind was work. I stretched on the car seat, feeling a slight back pain for being seated for so long spying that place. I grabbed my bag and took out a small mirror to check my appearance, which by the way was pretty awful. Until I noticed in the background the woman leaving. I closed the small mirror and fixated my eyes on Lauren. She looked around until continuing in the direction of her car. She hadn't left accompanied, on the contrary, she was alone just like when she entered. She stood a few minutes inside her car, to then leave that place. And in a swift move I started my car to follow her. I couldn't lose her from my sight. Or I could, I would have other opportunities to find out where Lauren lived. The goal right now was to know the reason why she had entered that place. I turned off my car, grabbing my purse beside me. I walked towards the club and paid an entry. The tall and handsome dark man put a small bracelet around my wrist and allowed me to enter. The place was huge and purely luxurious. It was crowded, and the strong beat of the music echoed through all the corners of that building. I walked observing every detail of that place. Men and women were sitting, getting private shows from the beautiful dancers in front of them, who wore tiny clothes that soon were taken off their bodies. Oh my God, Lauren Yaregui in a striptease club. I concluded when I saw that. I was completely surprised. I knew of the eventful past that my ex had had, but for years that woman didn't take a time for herself, and now she frequented striptease clubs? Very well. -1 thought while walking to the bar. Give me a drink, please. The brunette with a sculpted body smiled and started preparing my drink. Two women argued near the counter, making me want to sit elsewhere. Have you seen her? Who? Heavens, who do you think? Lauren Yaregui. I stood up from the counter and got closer to the woman who had pronounced Lauren's name. I needed to hear what she was saying, but the loud music prevented me from doing so. I saw her leaving. Where did she go, Marina? She was with me and evaporated. The woman said angrily. For a split second I hated the whore, so it was with her that Lauren was involved? What a bad taste. I don't know, Kellen. You lose the woman and you come to discount her anger on me? Where is Carla? Did you see her here? I forced my hearing to listen to as much information as possible. Today is not her day. Are you sure? Jesus, who was Carla? The woman had left alone. Here's your drink, ma'am. I handed some dollars to the brunette who nodded. I would talk with this Kellen person and I would find out what was happening with Lauren. Excuse me, do you know Lauren? Who are you? The woman asked, staring at me. That doesn't matter right now. Do you know Lauren Yaregui? Yes, and if you are after her as well, back off, because she'll be mine. I laughed ironically. Honey, you are talking with her wife. Kellen stared at me in disbelief. Her expression was of a colossal surprise. until she bursted into a sarcastic laugh. What are you laughing about? So, you are the woman who's being cheated on? Cheated on? I asked furiously. Yes. What do you think your wife is doing here? She spoke serious. I think we need to talk. I have nothing to talk with you. The woman spoke, fixing her appearance to then leave. I took a sip of the drink and approached her. You have, and I need information. What do I gain with this? I smiled, opening my bag and taking out a small wad of bills. You gain this. I raised it, showing her the dollars. Kellen exchanged a look with the woman who was by her side and then smiled. Well, we can talk after all. Perfect. Camilla's paw. I grabbed the keys from inside my bag to open the door to my apartment as fast as possible. The night was cold, and even inside the building I could feel the breeze. I forced the key a little bit more until the door opened. Are you drunk? Dinah asked when she opened the door, looking at me funny. No, I just couldn't find my keys. I said, entering the apartment quickly. I didn't see Vero's car arrive. Didn't you two go out together? Dinah asked while walking behind me. We did, I spoke at last. Were you up to something, Camilla? The woman asked, stopping in front of the doorway with an accusative expression. Me? What could I be up to, Chi-Chi? I'm the one asking you what you were up to. I stood quiet, putting my hands on my waist without surrendering. You were with Lauren, right? No, I murmured weakly. You suck at lying. I rolled my eyes. How could she do it? I could never lie to Dinah Jane. It was like the truth was plastered on my head like a neon sign. I spoke, surrendering. So you didn't go out with Vero? I did. Mila. Jesus, Dinah, I was at dinner with Vero until I got a phone call from Normani telling me that Lauren was at Imperium and that Kellen was practically throwing herself on her arms. And in order to protect your territory, you went there? I just nodded. When she said it like that, it sounded childish. You won't ever change, will you, Chancho? I thought that after the way she treated you, it would be enough for you to move on from her. Were you careful so that she didn't see you? I can't move on from her, Dinah. And yes, I was careful. I entered through the back door. No one saw me. I just couldn't let that bitch Kellen be with her. You are risking yourself too much. I'm feeling guilty for being so cold. She seems to be sorry, you know? I'm treating her badly. Yes, but that doesn't change the rude way she treated you. But God always says that we must forgive the next. I heard Allie speak as she entered my bedroom with her pink slippers and a cup of coffee in her hands. See? Dinah rolled her eyes and Allie smiled, sitting on my bed. I agree with Allie. Well, I don't, but since I know you have a colossal fire for that woman, and that this story will still have many pages, just follow your heart, Chancho. Thank you, girls. You don't have to thank us, Mila. I just hope that you are careful. I think it would be better if you took Carla off this game. Allison spoke carefully as always. Allie, Lauren doesn't like Camilla. She likes Carla. How can you be so sure? Didn't you see how she treated me? And at night she ran to Carla's arms, where she really wants to Belle. You know that being Carla, this will never work, right? I know, don't worry. I will put an end to it. It's the second time that Carla rejects Lauren. She'll get tired eventually. I hope so. It's the best for you, the shorter one said, hugging me affectionately. You always have the best advices, Allie. Hey, Is that an indirect? Dinah asked, throwing one of the pillows at me. Ouchie, one grumbled, throwing the pillow back at her. Of course not. You two are the best advisors that I could have, and Normandy too. I spoke, throwing myself back on the bed next to Dinah and Allie, who hugged me tenderly. But tell me, did you see how Kellen reacted? I let out a laugh at Dinah. I didn't, but I would give anything to have seen it. Lauren was on the way to the private rooms when I showed up. And wow, she looked paler than normal when she saw me. Dinah and Allie laughed together as they heard me tell what happened. She teased me, saying I was jealous, but I turned the tables. Not me, Carla. What did you two do? Dinah asked curiously. Mercy, Dinah, we don't need to know the details. Yes, we do. I love to know everything. Well, Lauren, arrogant as always, grabbed and didn't let me leave. She must have a good grab, Dinah concluded when she saw my expression as I spoke of Lauren. She has Chi-Chi, a fucking good grab. Jesus, Camilla, watch your mouth, Allie said, making us laugh. I'm serious, Allison, you have no idea how that woman is. And I don't want to know, you are going crazy because of her. Continued Chanchol. She grabbed you, and then what? I was able to turn the tables and answer back in the same way. I left her kneeled at my feet. You should have seen it, I ordered, and she obeyed. You are the worst, Camilla Cabello. Camilla? It wasn't her, it was Carla Estrabao. Pav Lauren. That day my mood was dark. In the past few days my life was upside down. Carla, Camilla, and Alexa were driving me mad. But once again Carla made me a fool. Was I born for this? Obviously not. Jesus. I was Lauren Yaregui. These things couldn't happen to me. I literally kneeled at the feet of that woman by pure desire. And what did she do? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Can you imagine how frustrating it is? Was there something wrong with me? No, there is nothing wrong. Carla liked to play. She was a dangerous nymph who used and abused her powers of seduction to put anyone at her feet. Like a siren who entranced the sailors with her incomparable beauty, that was Carla, a siren. I opened my eyes, staring at the white ceiling of my bedroom. I confess that this morning I was dying to stay at home, doing absolutely nothing, but when you are the president of a multinational, you didn't have the right anymore to these perks that life could offer. I got out of bed and went straight to a hot shower. I needed to be totally relaxed to have the damn patience to look at some hypocritical people who worked with me, endure the kiss asses, and the beautiful and happy smile that Camilla would be wearing because of her date with Vero. I didn't even want to imagine how the night had ended. Thinking about Camilla getting up from Veronica's bed completely naked wasn't such a good view. Not that Camilla didn't have a beautiful body, she had, and very beautiful by the way. However, imagining that she gave herself like that caused me a certain wrath. Forget this woman, Lauren. Why the hell Veronica had to get involved? She could be far away. Her pure predatory instinct wouldn't let my secretary spend the night alone. Damn it, they must have spent the night together. Vero must have made her smile in that sweet way that only she knew how. Just like I used to make her smile. I closed my eyes and thousands of images of our moments together in LA passed through my head. That left me confused. Being with her was pleasant. Camilla had a unique way of making you feel special. The woman made you yearn for every second spent next to her. What spell did she have on me? Women were sorceresses? I wasn't, but what about the others? You are going crazy. I shook my head and got out of the shower. I dried myself quickly, drying my hair. I opted for something traditional, a black skirt, tight and long, black high heels with red soles, and a white blouse. I used a light makeup, highlighting only my eyes and my lips. Not bad, I thought as I checked myself in the mirror. This morning was cloudy. The sky was covered by gray clouds, making it clear that the day would be rainy. Damn it. I put on my black coat, trying to warm myself from the cold that was making this morning. Within minutes I was already entering the Yaregwi's industry vicinity. I parked my car and walked quickly to the entrance. The thin drizzle had started to fall. "Good morning, Miss Yaregwi," Josh said as soon as he saw me. "Do you want me to park your car in the presidential spot?" "Do that." In just a few minutes the elevator stopped on the top floor and I got out of it. Camilla's paw. I could hear by afar the sound of the elevator opening. It was Lauren. Through the glass of her office I saw the woman walking in my direction. She was beautiful as always. She was wearing a long black skirt and a white blouse. Her hair was tied in a well-made bun, just like a typical businesswoman. "Good morning," she said dryly when she entered the office. "Good morning, Miss Yaregwi." Lauren walked and sat in the presidential chair. It might sound crazy, but Lauren looked even sexier in that place. It increased the powerful air that surrounded that woman. "What do we have for today?" she asked without looking at my face. Lauren wasn't in a very good mood today. I imagine that Carla's wicked game left her completely annoyed. At BAM, a meeting with the financial, at 10 a.m. the marketing personnel will present the new proposal. After you'll have lunch with Richard. Cancel. Okay. After that you need to go to a Woods Farm supplier. The contract expired and they are asking for an urgent renewal, or the government will shut down the production for us. Lauren closed her hands into fists, probably not liking the idea at all. "Do I have to go today?" "Yes, ma'am." "Since I don't have a choice, okay. You are coming with me." "Is this for real?" Lauren would make me go to the other side of town, to the countryside, to solve this with her? Precisely today? "Is there a problem?" "I don't want to interrupt any date of yours," she spoke, staring at me. "I believe that we'll return just in time for me to be able to go to my date," I answered back. "Great." The hours dragged on. It was amazing how Lauren's mood was like the sky that morning. Totally dark. I wondered if all of this was Carla's fault, or if there was another reason for such a bad mood. The woman didn't smile once the whole momming. She didn't even look me in the eyes. "How are things around here?" I was startled to hear Allie so close. "Weird. Lauren is in a pure bad mood." "What did you want, after what you did to her yesterday?" Allie said, holding in a laugh. "I don't know, Allie. Lauren gets angry, but it never lasts long. Something is bothering her here." "Wouldn't it be because of that broad smile on your face?" I squinted my eyes, not understanding. "Camilla, don't be silly. To Lauren, you went out with Veronica last night. She must be in a bad mood because you are all happy this morning." I stared at Lauren, thinking about such possibility, which I certainly considered impossible. "I don't believe it's that. Lauren has no reasons." "That's what you think. You two kissed and had a wonderful weekend together, to then you start getting closer with her best friend? Think." Allie spoke, leaving. "Jealousy? Was Lauren jealous?" No one would deny that a few days ago Lauren and I were together all the time. But, no. Camilla, that would be crazy.
Thank you so much for your rating of the video. Please give me a thumbs up so I can continue with renewed vigor. Thank you.